like to thank our sponsor today, Roadrunner Real Estate. They're a full-service real estate company that helps both commercial and residential to find properties. That's whether it's buying, selling, or leasing. They do free consultations and have decades of experience. So if you're looking for that personal touch, contact Roadrunner Real Estate today. They'd love to help you. Thank you for coming back to RoadrunnerZX. You as a viewer are what makes all of this possible. Help us to find new ideas, new businesses, and things that you want to see in your community. With that said, on with the show. I would like to welcome our next guest, Poonam McAllister. She's opened up Central Illinois Institute of Balance. Poonam has lived in our community for many decades, helping people with back injuries, leg injuries, any type of injury you can think of as a physical therapist. Over the years, she's helped many doctors and their patients to be able to get well. I don't know if you've been able to realize this, but today we don't need to have a referral from a doctor to go to a physical therapist. In many ways, the physical therapy is kind of the first step before we go on and see the doctor. CIBB, as it is called, has won many awards, including one from the Pantograph of a Reader's Choice. So help me welcome today, Poonam McAllister. Welcome to the show. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me. Yes.
Thank you for coming out today.
Absolutely.
So I'm going to start with my first question. The name of your business.
Yeah.
Central Illinois Institute of Balance.
Yes.
It sounds like you should have like marble statues, and it should be like the sophisticated place where people come in and be like, I have to work on my balance and everything. Yeah. Is that the type of vibe that you want from your business, or when you were envisioning it, what were you looking for?
That's a great question. So yeah, no, we do not want that vibe, because balance is not only for old people or for people just understanding what balance is, like we think about old people, right? That's what comes to mind. But even young people have to support their head and neck on their shoulders while they're at school. Football kids have to know how to balance while they're jumping in the air and catching the ball. So balance is just a word that can be used very broadly to understand like balance between muscle groups and joints. So just looking at overall ability of a person to navigate and function in their environment. Okay. But originally, I will confess that when it started, we started it as a balance clinic for inner ear disorders. Patients with inner ear problems who have just dizziness or unsteadiness. But then the unsteadiness, the balance became kind of the main focus, and it actually kind of narrowed our brand. So we've been trying to work on like unfolding that so people can understand what we're talking about.
So my question is, so now how many people are actually at CIB?
Patient-wise?
No. Like how many people actually work there?
We have 16 people there who work.
16 people? That's a lot of people.
Yeah, it's grown. We were 20 with seasonal workers, but 16,
Okay. Yeah. So then let's go back to the beginning now. So CIB's been in existence for almost 20 years. Yeah. We're going to say 20 years because I'm going to be lazy and not do all the math.
That's fine. That's fine.
So we're going to say 20 years that are out there.
Yeah.
So when you left OSF, correct?
That is correct. Yes.
Okay.
Good job.
You were the head of the department for physical therapy, correct? Yep. And you decided, hey, I'm going to start this thing. So is this because you have magic fingers and you could just figure out all the spots and you're like, I'm doing this, and then, okay, I'm going to hire some people? Or like, what exactly caused you to start your own thing and to have those magic fingers, be able to figure it out for others?
That's cool. So I, got to a point where I had done a lot of treatment. I had done multiple specialties. When I was at OSF, I did pediatrics, orthopedics, and then I got into this whole balance, inner ear, and my brain just sort of exploded. But I was also a manager and balancing kids and work and traveling to multiple locations. Got too much, but actually met with my pastor during that midlife crisis and kind of sorted out what my next step was going to be. And I always wanted to have my own clinic. It was just a dream from India. Because everybody in India, when they graduate, we go in private practice. That's a thing. So it was a good time to kind of see if this was also God's plan. And I just took out loans and started meeting with business people to understand what a business plan is. I really
Okay.
thought I knew how to do. I'd been a manager, so I thought I knew everything about running physical therapy.
You were so
clinic,
wrong, right?
But I was so
Yeah.
wrong. I'm not
We all learned
an
that after a while,
MBA.
right?
Exactly. You know, I didn't know I was going to be the accountant, the lawyer, and the HR person.
Well, it's because you're also
and-
going to make the millions of dollars too.
and which we don't, right? Surprise! So that hasn't happened.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, so a lot of learning through the time. So yeah, I opened it because I had the passion to kind of have, and I really wanted to have my own. I wanted to build something that's unique and that's very different, and that was missing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was also a way to kind of just live out my God-given gifts
Mhm.
wholly and freely, if you will. You
Mhm.
know, and then when you bring on other people, it gets a little harder because you can't brand, you can't replicate the person. You can
Uh-huh.
replicate the skills, but to replicate the feel of the product.
It's easy to train somebody to make a cheeseburger. It's a little bit more difficult
To
when
do
you're trying to do
healthcare,
the
right? Yeah.
human body, right?
Exactly.
So I guess
Yeah.
that leads to my next
Kind of
question out
is,
there.
yeah,
Is,
yeah.
okay, so do you get like magic tingles like Spider-Man as you're working on a patient or whatever? Because everybody's like, I want Poonam, 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 Poonam. And you hit the other people, and your staff does a wonderful job and everything,
Yes, yeah.
but they're not the Poonam.
Yeah.
So what is it that when you're working with patients specifically, what is it that you're figuring out with their bodies that you're kind of
Sure.
going through there?
Yeah, that's a big question. So, you know, I have a lot of intuitiveness to it, but I give credit to my anatomy and cadaver lab in India.
Mhm.
So when I'm actually assessing and touching and feeling, I'm actually visualizing what tissues I'm on,
Mhm.
right, and what systems I'm talking to, and then trying to get a feel for, you know, is it a muscle problem? Is it a bone problem? Is it a movement problem? So, and I'm also feeling, is there restriction to movement? Is there pain? There's firmness. So I'm analyzing the feel
Mm-hmm.
of it. And then I know what structure I'm on, and oftentimes the structure I'm on that's tender may not be the source of the pain, but I can connect it to the spinal segment, if you will.
Okay.
Right,
I
so-
can't
so
stop
it's-
myself here. I have to say this.
It's a lot.
So do you see that, people?
No, right?
You had me a
No.
cadaver there. I was
I
like, what?
know, right? That's funny. No, but really, you know, we're covered, right? We're coming with clothes on and
Mhm.
everything, and you're saying it hurts here. Well, oftentimes, like, we have to use our anatomy and movement principles.
Mhm.
So I am gauging, assessing the science part of it, but I'm also feeling the movement, and the intuitive side just kind of gives me that, oh yeah, here it is.
Okay.
So I'm trained also in myofascial therapy and other manual techniques, and really the other side of the world does a lot of manual manipulative therapy.
Mhm.
So I kind of have that built in from education too, but it's really, I would, God-given gift, you just feel it and you know where it is and go for it.
Okay.
Start working on it.
So, since we talked about it a little
Yeah.
bit earlier, seems to be a big subject and everything,
Yeah.
is vertigo. There's a movie about it, Vertigo.
Yes.
So dizziness, it's out there. So
Yeah.
for all of us, I think we have suffered through it at some point. Usually it's in our 20s. We've gone out too late. We drank stuff probably too much than
Different
we're
kind of
supposed
vertigo.
to.
Yes.
But we have vertigo.
Yeah.
How does this really affect? I mean, is this a kid thing? Is this an adult thing? Is this really my grandma? Is she the one that passed out on, okay, grandma's vertigo? But is this something that affects a lot of people?
Yes. So you would, again, imagine dizziness, balance, vertigo, old people, but it happens to people of all ages. You know, we've treated young people in high school with dizziness,
Mhm.
and they were athletes. They thought it was a concussion, and really concussion wasn't the source of the vertigo. They actually did have a loose crystal also.
Okay.
So dizziness itself is like the third common chief complaint in a primary care doctor's office.
Okay.
So when people go in and complain, doctors hear this all the time, and they're like, it could be any number of things that causes a person to be dizzy. And then we come in, that's our specialty. We're not just treating the problem that the doctor said you
Mhm.
have. We're able to diagnose and analyze it, even though legally our Practice Act doesn't let us be the diagnostician. Like, we're not supposed to give a diagnosis, but we can assist the physician in determining, like, hey, appears to be, and it's consistent with this, and this is what the problem is, and then we'll go here.
Well, what's
you know,
the average physician get? Maybe 15 minutes?
Exactly, yeah.
And you,
yeah,
you're there for an hour?
Yeah.
Kind of working with them as they're doing different
Exactly,
exercises,
exactly.
different things.
Right,
So.
and then we have the testing and time that we can spend with the patient. So yeah, so I've had vertigo, I rolled over in bed, and there it was.
Okay.
And it freaks you out, because you're like, okay, I know how to treat myself.
Uh-huh.
But I was scared, so I did what I tell my patients first did, prop up, roll over the other side, and it passed, and it'll probably come again.
Okay.
So it's a natural turnover of your body producing old crystals, and new crystals have to die off. And for some reason that cycle
Okay.
doesn't cycle.
You've said it a couple times, so I'm going to come back and ask.
Yeah.
Explain crystals. What does that mean?
Yeah, I should have brought my model. I didn't think about it. So your inner ear is housed back behind this bone, mastoid bone. So the inner ear has two parts. There's a hearing part and there's a balance part. But within the balance part, there's a sac that houses, it's really not like crystals, it's like sand in real life. And they float in that sac, and they're gravity sensors.
Okay.
So they detect gravity. Normally, we all need them. If you've been up and down an elevator, or you feel tilts and turns, that's the gyroscope detecting motion.
Okay.
So when they move out of this sac in a different part of the inner ear, that's when they're detecting gravity. They're just detecting in the wrong place.
Okay.
So
Is that what happens like to people that sail for long periods of time or something like that, where the water's kind of doing that? Does your body readjust, or is there a whole bunch of more stuff that's going on?
There is a whole,
So-
yes. So that's a cruise sickness, and that's where your brain has to actually turn off the input from it has to adjust what it's listening to, in other words. So your eyes, your ear, and your feet are telling your brain what's happening, right? Your feet are feeling, is the floor uneven, or is the boat moving, right? My ears feeling me moving, the rocking, and my eyes can see stuff, right? So what happens in that cruise sickness, there's a sensory mismatch. Each system is saying something different, and the brain's not able to override it. So then when they get on the land, they don't get their land legs back. On the sea, they can turn off the feeling from the legs and only listen to the ear. Then they come on land, they can't bring that foot back on,
Okay.
and the ear is overriding. So we got to turn that off.
Okay.
Yeah. So brain is fascinating. So I can talk a lot about balance, but
Well, sometimes the brain is interesting. Sometimes it's just kind of a pain that's out there. Mine at 2 o'clock in the morning when it doesn't shut off. It's not a good thing.
no,
that's
that
going
is
on.
so true.
So for our
Funny.
viewers and watchers
Yeah.
and everything out
Yeah.
there, if you heard some noise in the background, we have control over everything except for what happens with the mowing and whatever. So if you hear some noises, sorry about that as we're moving through. Okay. So the big thing that's out there,
Yep.
you're the only physical therapist in town, right?
No.
No?
There's so many.
There's so many. Okay.
There's so many.
Okay, so then you guys are up
Some
in
are good ones, yeah.
in North Normal.
Yes.
Okay. What makes you guys different than your competitors? What is it when somebody walks in the door, may not always get there, but the thing you're hoping for the most of? You said you started this 20 years ago.
Yeah.
What is that thing that you're hoping to make you different than your competitors?
Yeah. And I think, treating the whole person, is really what I want people to experience. And not that we physically treated the problem, but we addressed the human being that came.
Okay.
So holistic care is within our mission statement, obviously, within our scope, all those things. But I want to make sure the person was understood, noticed. Spiritually also they were cared for. I'm a Christian, so I have Christian signage all over the place. I don't force religion on them, but I know God does the healing. So it's a place of healing, and I want them to experience that healing and know that we're there for them for the rest of their life. This is not, we're your PT for you have shoulder problem, you come for the shoulder. No, we're going to walk with you through all stages of life. So I feel that huge loyalty and commitment towards people who walk in.
Okay.
And the Cheers theme song, everybody knows your name. That I can't steal it, but that's kind of what I want.
We won't play it when we have the copyright, so
There you
we'll be
go,
okay.
Right. So, and yeah, I think those are the two big things: the place of healing and being treated and respected and cared for as a whole person, and know that you have this support team. You know, like people have doctors for their life. This is my family doctor. This is my urologist. This is my chiropractor. This is my dentist. This is my physical therapist. That's what I want.
Okay.
You find that one, that's your one for the rest of your life.
Has that changed any from how the past was? Because it seemed like in the past, as always, you had a doctor that referred you over to a physical therapist. Now you can go directly to a physical therapist. So how's that changed?
Yeah. So we finally, in the last, I don't know, within 5 years, we finally have direct access in Illinois. So what that means is that patients can just look up physical therapy clinics. You can go on Google and say, I got shoulder pain, or just search PT clinics, and you can directly access us. That's what it means. You don't need a physician to refer you. It's still billable to insurance.
But we want to tell everybody as you're watching this, there's only Central Illinois Institute of Balance. That's the one you want to look for. None of the rest exist or are good.
That's right. Do not search. Stop there, yeah. But yeah, direct access meaning you don't need to have that physician appointment, consultation, x-ray, MRI, you come to a PT.
Okay.
And then if you need it, we're going to be working with your doctor, still medical service, still billed through insurance, but.
Okay. So, looking back over your past again,
Yeah.
if you could have a superpower that would help you be a better physical therapist, what would it be?
A superpower that would, well, we wouldn't want to do any paperwork at all.
Is that a superpower?
It's not a
No paperwork.
What's the superpower we need to do no paperwork?
Okay. Okay. We'll look up that one for Superman.
And also to be in more than one place at the same time. I would like that. I could be here and I could be
multiplicity
here.
is what you want to have. Okay. Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm digging my hole here, but that's okay.
I don't think so.
That's okay.
Okay, so we know with HIPAA laws that you have to keep everything silent.
Right.
So in the hypothetical, I guess I will say, and keeping the names anonymous and all that, do you have any story that you're particularly proud of, either in your own personal life or somebody that you've worked with or whatever, that started in such a low place but made it to great heights?
That's a lot of names are flashing through our faces. I mean, there have been people just with dizziness alone. You know, they've been at ball games, they fall, they hit their head, they can't walk, they've been to the ER, and it takes minutes for us to fix them.
Like, how's that even possible? How's it that you've gone in, you've had these tests, you've been at the miserable experience of the ER, like, that's one of those ones of they don't sell to us because we have to go and we're there and then we're trapped and we can't get out, and you don't feel good, but they still just keep you there forever and ever. So, but, like, how's it that they're there, they're doing all these tests, and in a short period of time, one of these people have come in and their life's been changed?
And that's a great question too. I mean, they're trained, it's all training and then specialty equipment also. And we don't have to have all the equipment to assess, but it's the focus on training. So ER is just focused on, hey, is it a heart attack or a stroke? They have to address that. So that's what they're going to do, and they're going to give you medicine and say, okay, you need to go back to your doctor.
And before I get negative comments, I just want to say I appreciate all of the emergency room doctors and everything they do. It's not them, it's the environment, so we all, but we have to go there at some point.
We have to go there, and, you know, we're not going to stop. I mean, people should go there, because it does feel like you're having a stroke or a heart attack. So, but the crystals are not visible on an MRI, right? Because it's sand. It's just sand. So there is no testing that you can go, there it is. And that's the biggest frustration for people. They've been everywhere and they're like, they can't find what's wrong with me. And what we can do is do a simple head maneuver, and we do have a camera that we can put on the eyes and record the eye movement. So we're really not looking at the ear, we're just looking at what your eyes are doing in response to motion testing, and then we can detect this abnormal eye movement, and then that tells us, oh, there's parts out of place here, And we have also been able to diagnose brain tumors just by doing that, because there are certain eye movements that just like, it's a red flag.
No, so that is something I did read. So they did say, like, the eyes are, for the physical therapists, are kind of like the view into the soul, that you can see so many things just by how the eyes function in the process. I don't know, because I'm not a physical therapist. But so that sounds like it's a true statement.
It is a true statement. It is a true statement, because it's your ear talks to your eye muscles. I'm trying to not go too medical lingo here, you know, but anytime I move my head, my eyes just know to look straight ahead. I'm not having to look at the camera. I can just see it no matter where I move my head. I'm not doing that. My brain is getting input from my ear, and it's just lining up my eyes where they need to line up, so the image of this room is on my retina and I can see where I am, right? The room's not moving with me. So those are reflexes that are hardwired in our body. And when the crystals move out of place, then those reflexes get messed up. And I lost my train of thought, the connection that I was going to make. But it's very fascinating that you can move and talk, and you're in a grocery store, you're on your phone texting your wife or checking the grocery list still, hi, still be able to navigate, right? And that seems so normal, but there are a lot of connections that are happening from your ear to your brain, and via the brain to the eye muscles. So it's a puppet show literally happening here, you know.
Well, I don't know if this would be a helpful like service or whatever, but like my wife could possibly work in your business, because like every single time she can read my eyes when I'm not paying attention. And I even try to tell her, no, I'm in it, but she can always tell somehow on the eyes that they're not focused in on her for that particular moment in time.
Okay, Amy, here's a tip.
So if you need that, she can come in and help the other husbands, but their wives are probably good at it too. So, okay, so since we're talking about the eyes here, we're not going to have you give it away, but you could blink if you need to.
Okay.
So my question is, do you have like a board in the back room that none of the patients can see or whatever for the whiniest, irritating patients?
We don't.
You laugh, so okay. Well, we'll go with me.
We just don't say their names out loud. We just don't say their names out loud.
Okay.
We just say, you know.
That person.
That person.
Okay. So, we all tend to do a lot of couch sitting during the night. Okay?
Oh, yeah.
We get home, we're so tired, and so we sit some more. After a day of sitting. What is one thing that you believe people, if they did it while they were sitting on their sofa every single night, that would have such a physical benefit that would help their lives?
I'd say just get up during ads, just get up and walk. Go get a drink, do a lap around the room, stand behind your chair, do some squats. Just get up and move whenever you can, even on the job, when you have between phone calls or meetings, just physically change your position. Like, it's that simple.
I thought you were going to say ice cream or something like that. But okay, I guess we'll go with your get up and walk and walk around.
I know what kind of ice cream. Rocky Mountain. I forgot your flavor.
So, I think here's a big question we have.
You could go to the kitchen, just don't open the refrigerator.
It's too close.
Just water. Just water.
Have you ever taken the rubber bands that you guys use for physical therapy and ever created a slingshot to fire anything?
No, we have not.
Oh, come on!
But we've been hit by accidental slingshots by patients when they let go suddenly and it hits you.
Poonam, as we hit the tail end here, we have two. 3 cameras are on.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah.
What is it that you want people to know about Central Illinois Institute of Balance?
Oh gosh. If you have any PT needs or anything that you're wondering that you may need a PT, you need to try it, because you're going to have an experience like nowhere else. You're going to feel the warmth, the welcome, along with the compliance related paperwork. You still got to do that, but you're going to just feel that warm welcome and a very fun and a awesome group of people who work very well together, and you're going to just feel loved and cared for. So it's a place where my pastor, when he came for treatment, he's in Montana now, retired, but he called it a place of healing, and I just want you to remember that. It's a place of healing. It's what God uses to give healing, and we pray for you, and we see God work. So yeah, that's what I want you to know, and we're kind of one-stop shop. So ask your doctors if you need it. They can send you to us, or you can come to us without. You can come to us directly. You can come to us directly.
Get the doctor out of there.
Yes,
just bring him over.
Yes. And then once you get the great care, you'll be our cheerleaders. That's how we've grown.
Mm-hmm.
We don't spend $1,000 in marketing. It's been a lot of word of mouth. So people like you who have come and been patients, you've been our best cheerleaders. So those of you who are listening who've been there and have been our supporters, thank you, because we're here because of you. And we'll continue to be here because of you and for you. So
Poonam, I'd like to thank you for coming out today.
yeah.
We will put her contact information in the credits so you can take a look at that, so you can get in contact with her. She is the Poonam, but she does have a highly capable, great staff that can help you with any of your physical therapy needs. And so I encourage you, if you're looking for something or just having some issues, maybe that's the first place where you start, because sometimes, I'll be real, doctors can be a little scary. And so if you feel like you're going to go into that first level of, hey, I'm just having some few problems I want to go through, you can start with Central Illinois Institute of Balance, CIB, and they can help you. So Poonam, again, thank you for coming out. I appreciate it.
Thank you. This was fun. Thank you for having me.
Once again, I'd like to thank Poonam McAllister for coming out and doing an interview with RoadrunnerZX. We have her contact information on the slide in front of you. Please feel free to contact them and get in for your first appointment. Please like, follow, and subscribe to YouTube so that way you can catch all of our videos as they first come out. Thank you for watching.